Hey, everybody. It's been a while. I don't apologize, and I never will apologize. Welcome back to the PSBW podcast. I'm Quote, and I'm joined today by Umbra, and Briss is in the background playing some games and handling the tech stuff. You might hear from him when he talks.
Microphone check. Microphone check. You know,
Alexa Bliss gets brought up.
I'm here. I'm here in spirit. You know, I'm kind of hyped that the
We'll just
Patriots
bring
won.
up gender.
Patriots won.
We'll just bring up gender every 5
Good
minutes.
night.
I mean, I'm probably going to mention Survivor Series at some point, so yeah, I will bring up gender. We'll probably hear from Briss.
You'll hear from me here and there.
On random stuff.
A lot's happened in the past month or so, but for now we're just gonna talk about TLC. And TLC is kind of interesting in that you can kind of break it up into 4 different chunks. Like, even if you're not looking at the individual matches, you can look at it as 4 different parts. You can look at it as, your women's matches, your cruiserweight matches, Styles Balor, which is definitely noteworthy, and then the main event. And we will get to the main event, of course, as we always do. So I just want to start off by talking about the women's matches. We had, Asuka versus Emma, the kickoff, which was Sasha versus Alicia. I didn't see that.
Nobody cares.
So I don't know how good that was.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cared.
And then, of course, the title match, which was Bliss versus Mickey. So I have huge problems with Asuka versus Emma. I have big problems. Not necessarily the fact that the match wasn't great. It was fine. It wasn't anything special. But big problem with the match, Asuka looked like a people barked at me for that because it's like, oh, well, they've fought each other before, so Emma Asuka as this absolute beast, basically a female Lesnar that should just come in, destroy, and then move on. But that's not really what happened in this match. It's actually pretty even going through the whole thing, which is really annoying to see. You shouldn't really see that sort of match layout happen so early into Asuka's main roster career. That's something that should be fine later on when she's been around more and people are more exposed to her and they kind of learn how she works. But she's just coming up to the main roster. She, despite her NXT success, should be something of an enigma really, because those main roster women, they don't really have a feel for her. So they should, they should just be getting torn up, not whatever the fuck this was.
I mean, but the problem there is if she tears up everybody, she goes to Alexa right away, and then what? She's gonna have to lose. You have to build these women up you have to give these women credibility. Can't have them like they do in NXT, where she's just squashing everybody. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, she doesn't have to squash everybody, but she, should at least get a couple squashes in. Her first match should Emma gaining the upper hand here. Even down in NXT, the match that they had, Asuka was in control for a majority of the match, and Emma didn't get ahead until Dana Brooke got involved. So I don't understand what their thought process was for this match. Were they trying to make Asuka look weak and have her overcome the odds or something? What's the deal there? I don't get it.
Emma looked more credible. I think the match went a little bit too long because it was about 9.5 minutes.
10 minutes or something. Yeah, what the hell?
Down to maybe 6 or 7. I mean, I like that Emma got offense, but Asuka should have, finished this up quicker.
They had plenty of chances to make Emma look good prior to this match. They could have booked her a lot more competently and not had her pounded in repeatedly by Nia Jax or whatever, or everybody. I don't know.
Both women's divisions are weak. They don't know what they're doing with it, so it's just whatever.
That's why Asuka's here.
I did women out for new ones soon. Some of the older ones, like Alicia.
Asuka's offense did look very crisp. Had going in that match.
Asuka looked good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Booking aside, I enjoyed what she did.
Quote, one of the spots in that match was when she had the ankle lock and was rolling through, and Emma twisted her knee. That was just oof.
Oh god, yeah. Like, well, there goes her leg.
It's just ooh. But it went on a little bit too long.
Just a little bit.
I liked that both were, looking good, because it's like whenever I see like people debuting for a promotion or showing up for the first time, they're not always squashes. They're kind of like this, and I just think it maybe went on an extra minute or two too long, like a little bit extra stalling.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of assumed they were going to do something like that, but I didn't think it was going to go that long.
Yeah. On the other hand,
I think what bothers me about it, though, sorry for cutting you off, but I think what bothers me about it is if Asuka, maybe hadn't been built up as like an unstoppable beast, if maybe she had just been built up as like, hey, I'm a pretty good wrestler, then I could at least understand her having trouble against Emma, because it's like, well, you're on the main roster. This is where the big girls play. Then I could kind of get the struggle, but like, she was built as essentially like the strongest person in WWE, essentially.
Let's go. She can be big match Asuka.
Like, she will be in that position eventually.
On the other hand, at least it was a lot better than Alicia Sasha, which you didn't get to watch. It was just another Alicia match, and it's like, no one cares.
That's how most Alicia Fox matches are. It's like some really sloppy-looking wrestling, and then she gets in her Northern Lights.
It was Tilt-A-Whirl Backbreaker this time.
You didn't do the suplex?
Pay attention enough to notice it.
Because I know she tries to get both in. There were two moves that she always tries to get in. It's the Northern Light suplex and then the Tilt-A-Whirl Backbreaker. Those two, she always has to get those in because it's the only thing she's known for now.
It's weird that next to Natty, she's the longest tenured woman on the roster.
Yeah, she is. So what about the title match, the women's title match? What did you think of that? I thought it was pretty good. I actually.
Okay, so what shown here was Mickey's experience and Alexa's lack of experience, but it's like that's good for Alexa in the long run. It's like the flow in the match was really good because of Mickey. So I really logical, and it was a basic wrestling match. Nothing overly complicated, just basic wrestling.
It was fun. It went. I think it went like the perfect amount of time that it needed. I think it went around like 11, 12 minutes or something like that. Perfect.
Both women's character too throughout the match,
There were some cool hope spots.
There was some cool hope spots. There was Mickey, slapping Alexa around, but Alexa getting mad at her. Alexa, The thing about Alexa is that she always finds one new move to introduce to her review matches, or just a random new move or something. She did one arm or flip counter.
I thought that was cool.
And that was really awesome.
Yeah.
As well as a sunset flip ball.
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised by that.
Hey,
yeah,
we're praising Alexa this time. Don't worry.
That's why I'm not saying a word. I'm just sitting back for this one.
We got us.
The hell is that?
Got us.
Someone, you might need to get a little bit closer to the mic, Umbra.
Oh, I'm sorry. It must have fell down.
Yeah.
My bad.
So overall, had some booking issues with Asuka Emma, but like I was pleased by the women. They overall did not disappoint me. They just kind of, so to speak, like I'd probably give them B- or B for their efforts. Probably B-.
Probably about a B-. Thing. Kind of felt a little bit rush between the last pay-per-view and this, with Nia not being around for the last 3 weeks. And, you don't have Bailey in a spot. And for some reason, Alicia has a spot in the card. So it was just a mixed bag.
It's weird how they kind of treat Alicia like they'll just randomly include her into feuds just for the hell of it. 'Cause, I don't know, they want to save each other.
She's just there for PR stuff, I bet.
Keeps teasing that she's going to come back to the ring soon, but
she's been doing that for like a year already. I don't believe it.
Exactly.
If I can get Summer Rae from NXT for the old days, I'd like that. She was good back then.
She was improving in the ring, and her character was solid, so I was down for that. Talk about let's talk about the cruiserweights now. We had a couple cruiserweight matches on the main card, which is still mind blowing that we actually had 2 cruiserweight matches on the main card.
We gotta fill
I counted 3
somehow.
Are you counting women as cruiserweights now?
Counting Finn Balor as a cruiserweight.
AJ Styles is a cruiserweight.
Because they are almost cruiserweights, yeah.
AJ's like 10 pounds over.
10, 15 pounds. If they slim down a little bit, they'd be the best damn cruiserweights on the roster.
10 pounds, and air quotes.
So, yeah, we had Cedric Alexander, Rich Swann beating Jack Gallagher and Brian Kendrick. That was a cool match. And then Enzo Amore defeating Kalisto to be the new cruiserweight champion. I actually liked both of these matches.
I did not like the Enzo match.
I love the tag match.
And I did not pay attention to the tag match.
I thought tag match was pretty good. They worked at a
cruiserweight pace. That's what I loved about it.
It was what it was meant to be. They just worked at a crazy fast pace, and then they kind of slowed down a bit to the end, which kind of took me out of it a little bit. But they overall worked a really nice pace, and I liked what I saw. And hey,
I like new heel Jack Gallagher. I didn't think it'd work all that great, but he is starting to work it very well. Plus, he's got new music.
Kind of like Neville, where switch up his offense a little bit, but still keep a lot of his key moves and make them work as a heel. Just really nice.
His moves work both ways, especially the headbutt.
Well, that's the thing with the whole MMA style is it's just it's a really just rough beating the crap out of your style. If you're a face and you're doing that, it makes you look like some cool badass that's out to save the world. And if you're a heel doing it, then you just look like the biggest asshole ever.
Jack heel turn if WWE ever signs Marty Scurll. When do we get Gentleman Evil Jack Gallagher versus the villain Marty Scurll with an umbrella on a pole match?
Honestly enough, I think Scurll would actually fit decently well within WWE just because of his goofiness. I think he would fit in with.
If he can do the villain, he'd be perfect.
Oh yeah, people oh no, he wouldn't fit in. I'm like, are you kidding me? He does stupid, goofy bullshit all the time. That's exactly what the company wants. His only problem is that he's a tiny human being.
But I like what I'm seeing from
cruiserweight anyway. So.
I like what I'm seeing from Jack. Kendrick fits his role good. Swan's just kind of there though, and Cedric should get a spot to shine. But it was a lot of numbers action, but I really liked the match.
It was pretty consistent through most of the match, so I was down for it. And a title match, I surprisingly didn't hate it. I didn't think it was that great, but
it was just there.
It was there. I still liked it more than I felt I should have, which is the weird part.
I didn't like it that much.
It was really weird. Like, it was super predictable. Like, even though I had, in my predictions, I was like, Kalisto. In my head, I was like, no, I'm pretty sure Enzo's just winning it back. And if they pick Kalisto, that's just me, like, stealing prediction. But
I kind of wanted Kalisto to keep it. I'm fine with Enzo winning it. I think the most memorable thing from this match is Enzo's pre-match promo. There's no voice. Or he sounds like I think you're the one who said he sounds like a 50-year-old.
Yeah, he just kind of, like, aged by a good, like, 15, 20 years. I don't know how old he is. I think he's somewhere in his 30s, but he just, like, aged a lot.
I think him and Cass are 30 on the spot.
I feel like Enzo's one of those people that's just randomly older than everybody thinks he is. How the fuck did I?
He's like mid-20s, but I think he's about 30.
Didn't see that. Right now, I was trying to Google it on my laptop, but it's being weird, so I'll do it on my phone. He is. Oh, he's taller than I remember.
But he's taller than Kurt.
Yeah, he turns 31 in a couple months. Cool. So, yeah, cruiserweights were okay, whatever. Probably give him like a C plus or whatever, just because cruiserweight title match was.
What grade do you give Enzo's attire?
I give that a rating of 0 dimes.
Not a fan of the blue and the leopard skin?
Not a big fan. It's funny, but sorry, Enzo, 0 dimes for you.
It was such a loud outfit. Such a loud outfit that you can't.
I want to meet the person that dresses him, and if he dresses himself, well, then I'd like to meet him and talk about that.
He does dress himself.
I want to meet the person who designs this stuff for him.
He doesn't make that shit himself. I want to meet the tailor.
You want to meet Sasha Banks' wife? Husband. Sorry.
That's mean, man.
I'm sorry. It's just, the horse face got to me,
dude.
I can't tell.
Ouch. All right, so now let's talk about the best match on the card, because let's face it, this really was. I think everybody thought this was going to be the best match on the card.
It was
and
5 stars.
Turned out that way.
It was 5 stars. Easily 5
Did you
stars.
say?
Yeah, it was 5 stars.
I don't know about 5 stars.
Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
No.
It was easily 5 stars.
I actually was. Maybe it's because this is like the first like really good singles match from Balor in a long time, but like I couldn't get his match with Rollins out of my head while I was watching this one.
Okay,
it's just that's how long it's been. Okay, had a really good match. Singles anyway.
A little match history here is that this is the first time ever these two have ever met one-on-one.
They've never wrestled each other before.
True. They wrestled one time. 6-man. And I think it was when TNA and New Japan had their working agreement. Just one time. We're on opposite sides. I don't know what happened in that match, but they've never met in a one-on-one competition.
Oh man, could you imagine if there was a feud built around this match? This match was already really good as it is, but could you imagine if they actually had like a story leading to this? Like, I don't know, maybe involving, Luke and Carl? Like, shit would have been fantastic. Oh my god.
Call 2017. That's what I was hoping for to see after the match, was Curtain Call 2017.
That would have been cute. Of course, it would have made no sense because the other two had no involvement, other than like, hey, you should have asked us to come play.
Yeah.
Oh my god, y'all gonna fight?
Yeah. Honestly, this match started out kind of slow for me. So I'm like, this is kind of panned by numbers, and so I was like, this is probably a 3-star rating for me, okay? And then it just really started picking up steam, like faster and faster, and it was like, okay, this is legit. This is a good match.
I would say,
it was
for
great.
me personally, this is this was my favorite singles match for Balor on the main roster.
Well, he doesn't have a lot, so that's easy.
Yeah, that's true. He's had a bunch of good matches though. Like, it's just that they're all spread out so far that you can't really think of them. And the fact that he's been stuck in a garbage feud with Bray Wyatt for the past while. But he had a couple of good matches with Roman Reigns. Obviously he had his match with Rollins, which was really good. This one was a bit better.
That match with Rollins was not good. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? The match was fine. The ending sucked, but the
SummerSlam
match in
match?
general,
It was okay.
The SummerSlam match was not that good.
You kidding? It wasn't like amazing,
okay.
but it was like
I'm
it
not
was a
kidding.
pretty good match.
I'm talking pretty serious here. It was an okay match. It wasn't good by any means.
Okay, I enjoyed that, but it's not special. It was bad.
It's special in the sense that it was, a match for a title which hadn't existed. It was to crown a new champion, so it is kind of important in that sense. I'm not trying to say like it was super amazing. Like I said, literally this match tonight was better. So
I think what keeps this from being 5 stars. This felt like it was missing something big to it,
up. The only thing it was missing was a build. Shut up.
it was missing stakes. There were no stakes to this match. Like
stakes.
it was just a match that happened.
It's still 5 stars.
That's what it kind of. Not for me.
Because you're a retard. That's why.
It's not a 5-star match. Get out of here. Like the first quarter of the match was slow, and there were a bunch of botches. Like, get out of here.
You're fucking slow.
Like, it's just far from perfect.
Why? Because it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome, you fucking Japan marks? Fuck off.
It was Madison Square Garden. 6 stars.
I gave DIY Revival in Toronto 5 stars, so fuck off before you start that no Tokyo Dome bullshit.
Hell, you know it wasn't in the Tokyo Dome. And that's why you're not giving it 5 stars. You fucking Japan Bullet Club marks.
I've watched main events in the Tokyo Dome that I don't give 5 stars to, so piss off.
Bullshit.
Yeah. I think the highlights of this match for me was Finn doing the surfboard submission. I have messed with people.
Yeah, that was pretty.
That is one of my favorite moves for guys to use because it looks cool and it's just awesome.
Guess who started Cam Newton? That's right. This dumbass.
Also, the finish. Man, that coup de grace, he normally when he does it, he kind of grazes them a bit. Like
he rolls forward. This was a full-on stomp.
And he stayed in too. That's he could have hit hard like that and kind of jumped off or whatever. Because I've seen him do that before when he messes it up. But he jumped in and he just kind of let his feet sit there like he was trying to way into Styles' stomach. That was fun. But it was awesome. I was like, yo, Styles is gonna intestines are on.
Yeah, I was waiting for his intestines to gush out or something.
Nah, his ads saved him. That was the guard.
I mean, when you have a move like that where even Nakamura says that if he goes down on you, just straight up, he's gonna hurt like heck. Just or someone takes that move just when if he doesn't, fall somewhere, and it.
I mean, it's
the impact.
It's what, a 220-pound man thrusting his feet into your gut from above? That's gonna hurt.
It's not gonna be safe.
Don't hurt anybody.
It's my little sister, trying to do that stuff. You're laying down and they jump off onto you from something, and they're 40 pounds or so, and they just land on you. You multiply that by about 5 and add a few extra feet, from where they're jumping off of. Does not feel good.
Okay, so, oh man, yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I love this match. Right from Bray.
That's the best part too. Is that like it was? Then I think anything they would have had with Bray, because like that storyline is just so fucked right now. I don't really think it's salvageable at this point. At this diversion,
actually, there was one way I figured this out during the match. One way, it doesn't make sense that you could involve Bray in this match, and that is when they're about to finish, have the lights go out, have Bray on the Titantron, brothers show up with their hammers and smash both guys down. It's like the only. I love that name, the Bludgeon Brothers. I love it.
Me too. I like it. I like that. I just like the idea of two big dudes with hammers. It's just awesome.
It's just so gimmicky.
I'm so mad about it because they want Luke Harper to have a good singles run, and I'm like, guys, can you just step back for a sec and look at what we have here? We have two giant dudes with hammers. How is that not cool? Like, what are you not like? What am I not seeing here? Like, I like this. This looks cool.
But that's
not going to start swinging hammer. Oh, they could swing their hammers around.
Actually, see, that's how I imagined getting Bray involved in this match. You get a no contest, you get a rematch, and
there's interference.
You get Bray involved still.
I'm still skeptical on Bray joining up with them again. I want to see how they do on their own, like properly on their own, like whether it's giving Harper like a solid singles run or giving them like a run with the tag titles, like something. I want to see how they do on their own for a while first.
It wouldn't make sense because of how they love the family, but that's the only way I figure, keep everyone involved, and you have a reason to watch SmackDown now.
I want to see Luke Harper do some
brothers.
I feel like every time Luke Harper goes with Bray, he ends up being in the shadows. It's just on Bray.
Yeah, but if he's by himself, it doesn't work as well either.
Actually book him properly, but they're not going to do that.
I mean,
in this way, they've got a bunch of good tag teams on SmackDown, so like they could get lost in the shuffle, but they could be thrown into a good shuffle and given some attention. I don't know.
Them against the Fashion Police is what we all hope for. Like, that's what I'm waiting on.
Depends on when and where Authors of Pain debut.
Authors of Pain are not coming up anytime soon. They are not ready.
No, they are not.
I'd like to see them stay in NXT for a while.
They're not ready.
They should just be. This should just be one of the dominant teams for like a few years.
Not at NXT.
There's at best.
NXT things in NXT run dry really quickly. If they stay down there for any longer than another year or two, it's going to hurt them big time. Anyway,
down there.
Let's talk about this main event, because this is what the whole show is essentially built around. It's the only actual stipulation match in the whole card, which is refreshing, but I feel like they could have used one more stipulation match somewhere.
First off, fuck WWE for not giving Kurt Angle his own goddamn entrance. 2, fuck WWE for making him wear the fucking shield thing.
Okay, that was cute. I actually thought that was really cute.
I thought it was cute.
I liked it.
No, it wasn't fucking cute. It was horrible and disgusting. I needed the fucking singlet. That's what the fuck I was hyped for. I wanted him to fucking take down his goddamn singlet and start angle slamming people. But no, he wanted to wear a goddamn vest with combat boots and shit. No, fuck you. Fuck off.
Well, let Dad do what he wants.
He's earned it.
Loves, straight Kurt Angle. Like, he's just playing everything so seriously. Just
he was having fun.
It's so natural.
Oh, he got to have fun in a WWE ring.
Fuck you. Having fun is you taking down your goddamn singlet and giving somebody an ankle slam and then an ankle lock. That's fucking fun.
I want that at a different show. I don't want that at fucking TLC. I want that at like WrestleMania or some other big pay-per-view, not fucking TLC.
But
Play
it
that
fuck
play that
WWE.
when people are, caring more.
was basically organized mayhem. I wasn't hyped on this match, but the first half of it, I really liked.
I didn't really like it. I didn't really like it. I'm just gonna say that.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I didn't like it either. That was a
But
cluster.
you didn't like it for
the
different
last
reasons.
half.
No,
was
no,
like,
I honestly
eh.
didn't like it. It was just a big clusterfuck. It's
What's
just
your reason? I thought you were just mad because of how they treated Angle in the match.
no. It was a legit. Everybody
understandable.
predicted that was gonna happen. Occurred. Like, come on, my little sister knew that.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking obvious.
No, but it was just
Okay.
legit a clusterfuck, and I think Braun Strowman legit might be dead. I'm really concerned.
Man, I'm pretty sure he ate the garbage truck. It's fine.
I'm pretty concerned about him. Miz killed the guy again. Well, that's the second
Yeah,
time
that
somebody
was
got
murdered.
murdered on national television,
Okay, Briss.
and it involved Braun twice.
Briss, Braun will show up tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what time it is right now.
It's
He'll burp out like a shred of metal or something from the garbage truck and be like, "Yeah, I had a snack."
listen. Braun might trump Brock just solely because he was wearing Yeezys, and I respect that. I respect that. He's wearing Yeezys, so he just might be above Brock right now. Respect that in
Okay,
a man.
Briss. Braun's just gonna show up, your truck, and he'll just throw it at Roman. Will that solve your problem?
I don't think Roman's gonna be there tomorrow.
I think he's going to be out for a while.
Yeah, because they don't know. It's a what, a couple of days to
yeah.
a couple weeks.
The 3 weeks you have to wait. How long has he been out? Has it just been a week, or
I
was he on
think
the
he got
Raw
pulled.
beforehand?
He got pulled. I think it was.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
After last week's Raw, or
Yeah, it was right after last week's Raw. I think he got pulled.
so it's only been about a week. So we'll be without him for another 2, maybe 3 weeks.
Oh, guess who
What else
was?
can we talk about though? Like, oh god,
Hold on. Guess who was at TLC today?
Who?
Austin Aries.
Oh, is that why?
Oh, really?
Is that why Corey made the banana reference?
He was backstage at the event, and
Well, Corey
Corey
didn't make a banana reference, so
and he was at the Performance
Jason
Center
Jordan whipped out
last.
the banana, and I was like, "Hey."
And he was at the
Was that-
Performance Center last week.
friend works there, so
He took a picture with
Yeah.
Enzo.
he doesn't have any ill will with any of the guys, so he's just gonna be, hey, we're cool, but I don't like you, company.
But why would he be
It
backstage?
seems like we should do it.
I don't know, maybe they don't hate him. Maybe.
All right, fuck it. Back to the main event. That's not important. Nobody cares about cruiserweights.
Yeah, we already talked about those. Fuck. Anyway, biggest problem I had with this match overall was that there was a lot of standing around doing nothing. And that's the same complaint that I had about Survivor Series, the big Survivor Series match last year.
The one that
But
Shane
there was-
died for our sins. Are you out of your fucking mind? You don't talk shit about that match.
Talk shit about that match. I liked it, though. That's the difference. I liked that match because there wasn't anywhere near as much standing around in that match as there was in this one.
Yeah, people just standing there looking stupid.
So there's at least some payoff.
Cesaro and Sheamus were like, I'm pretty sure they were just kind of like chilling there for half the match. Fucking Kane, almost everything involving Kane. Why did Kane get so much attention in this match? Like, you guys notice that? Like,
Because Attitude Era.
it was about Kane.
I think the reason like I think they drew the match out already before Kane returned, and I think they didn't have enough time to change it up last minute. At least to me.
They went over like 10 minutes at least. Like, okay, why is it picking up interference from me?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't hear nothing on my end.
God, like truck spot. That was what the fuck was that? Honestly, was that needed at all? Like, really cool. It was just strange. Like, honestly, I didn't really like anything involving the garbage truck. I just thought that was just
That was
so
just
unnecessary.
wasting time. Is like, why? Waiting for Roman to
Miz
show up last
That's
minute.
the worst part. The Miz like standing there, just that image of the Miz standing there waiting for the garbage truck as it slowly, almost looked like it wasn't moving, like backing up, and I'm like, man, I'm like looking at it at the time, I'm like, doing this? Are we really like watching a slow garbage truck here? Like, this is what you guys call entertainment? That was bad.
Yeah. The only thing that would have fixed it was Roman being in the match from the get-go or Roman showing up.
Garbage truck. That would have been funny.
How Dean's back died for us tonight.
Dean.
3 bad table spots.
That's Dean's
Feel
fault.
those table spots, man.
I'm
I
blaming
felt the
Dean
shark
on
hit
that
it back after the first one. It's like, oh.
Yeah,
It's going to be
sorry
purple
for
in the
the
morning.
way he just landed on his back on both of those spots is just ugh. It's like
I'm
I see a
blaming Dean
Celtic
on
cross go wrong, it goes really wrong.
that. You could tell it was gonna go wrong the minute they didn't pick him up correctly.
They held it really awkwardly, and the table was like way too close to the ropes.
I was able to, get a good grip on him to lift him high enough.
Completely
Fine.
covered because he would have fucking snapped his neck off the top rope, and they couldn't have him be too far in, or else he would have just smacked his head off the table. So instead, they smack his back off the table. Fuck it.
I mean, better his back than his neck.
Yeah, that's true, but still, it's the lesser of two evils, I suppose.
Speaking of necks, Angle did a front flip out of the ring on his neck.
I laughed. That was a very funny spot. You can tell he hasn't done that in a while.
Yeah.
Even going, just thinking of it again, just like how stupid and goofy he looked getting caught up in the ropes like that.
Afraid he landed on his neck, on the floor.
Me, one of the biggest signs of showing age in wrestling is how you take that spot specifically. Because there's so many other spots that even if you get older, you can still do really well. But I find that the one spot that older guys just do so much worse than younger guys is, going out of the ring through the ropes, like whether it's like falling through them or falling over them or whatever. Because he looked like a 70-year-old man the way he fell. Like his body just went weirdly stiff and he got stuck and he looked dumb.
He was stiff the entire match. That's why I don't want to see him wrestle anymore.
His indie run wasn't really that great. It was like there were some good matches, but it was hard to watch because he was doing so much toned down work.
DJ Nut's gonna tell you otherwise.
I don't care.
Well, every match is 5 stars.
Nah.
Concur, absolutely. Yeah. Overall, though, there were some matches I liked. There are obviously some matches I didn't like very much. It was okay overall.
I think I'm forgetting something, but I can't think about it. Like, I can't remember what it
We
is.
didn't talk about Jason Jordan versus Elias. We just kind of skipped over it.
Nobody really cares.
We don't need to talk about that.
Yeah.
Elias had 3 segments on the show. That was fun. Even though for some reason Jason Jordan was throwing food at him.
I don't like your sarcasm.
Great.
I don't like it either.
That
Anyways,
was dumb.
Elias
That match was
cheated.
actually okay though. Elias, Jason Jordan was fine. I thought it was fine.
He was cheated.
Who was? Briss, did you like the segments where Jason threw food at him?
No, because fuck Jason Jordan.
Your internet wife.
Nah,
At least Snap loved those.
I mean, I can't control anything she does. She loves Asuka. Like,
Enough.
Asuka's a good person to love.
no, but she's like in love with Asuka. Listen, when you know,
You already divorced?
no, it's fine. I could deal with this. I've been dealing with it for like a good week already. I'm hyped
Just
for
let him
Asuka.
cry.
I'm hyped for Asuka, and I'm just like, why?
Why not, man? Why not?
Just fucking shoot me.
Anything you guys want to throw in here? I know Survivor Series is coming up. I know some other shows have been happened, are going to happen. Everything. I don't know.
Brock Lesnar's the GOAT. The Young Bucks wish they could get a reaction like this. The Bullet Club is dead.
Have too much bad about possible Survivor Series stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Team KO and Sammy versus Team Shane and whoever.
Sammy right now. I don't know about you guys, but like I'm loving what Sammy's doing on SmackDown right now. Like his heel work. He's still like
is like the best thing.
he's like still kind of trying to be that good guy sort of thing, but he's being a dick about it. Like an actual just dick about it. It's great. I like Sammy.
I mean, yeah, I think
Sammy to work as a heel.
Sami Zayn likes Rick and Morty, so I could bear with him.
You found common ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gives me another reason to hate him. It's awesome.
Who doesn't like Rick and Morty?
Really care for it, but that's fine.
What? The reason I think I like Sheamus more is because he's with the whole Pickle Rick thing.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. That's kind of stupid.
You're fucking stupid.
Sign that said Jerry is better than Jinder.
Hold on, I'm looking for something. Hold on. I found it.
Very better than Jinder.
Turn myself into a pickle, Morty! Boom! Big reveal. I'm a pickle. What do you think about that? I turned myself into a pickle! I'm Pickle Rick!
Rick and Morty, new season.
Yeah, I did that.
Please don't ever bring up that awfulness on my podcast ever again.
Excuse me?
Szechuan sauce?
I need some of that Szechuan sauce. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
I also am in the mood for ketchup and teriyaki mixed together in a bowl.
Listen,
Fridge and do that.
I want the Mulan Szechuan sauce.
This is good Szechuan sauce.
I don't remember it. It was 1998. Yeah, it was 1998. I was what?
I don't think I ate McDonald's at that point. Maybe I did. I don't know.
Oh, I was like 3.
I was
Yeah, it was 3.
I ate McDonald's at that point, but I don't. I probably did have Szechuan sauce, but I don't. Anyway, that's that really.
Yeah. I think we're done here.
We aimed for a shorter podcast this week because we just wanted to like skim over stuff. I think we still ran a good 40 minutes or so, maybe. I don't know.
40 minutes.
It's an hour.
44 minutes.
Solid time.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Well, I'm Quote, and I'll probably see you guys in 6 months when we do another one of these.
Yeah, we're busy people. I'm in a
WrestleMania is in about 6 months, I think.
I'm in a loving
It's like a good time.
I'm in a loving internet relationship. I don't got time to do podcasts anymore. I don't know what quotes in school.
Internet really. I am not in an internet relationship, but yeah, I do have evening and weekend courses now, so that's taking up a bit of my time.
Umbra's just, raising cows and shit. Nobody knows what he's doing. Nobody cares what he's doing anyways. But anyways, I think it's about that time to wrap this up.
I'm solving world problems here.
Cows are slowly killing us with their farts. You're not solving anything.
Problem.
Now, does anybody have any final words?
He fucking sucks.
Wow. Okay, Umbra.
I'm good.
Well, fuck the Young Bucks. Fuck Quote. Fuck WWE.
Fuck Jinder too. Fuck Jinder. I got that. Fuck Jinder.
And fuck Kenny Omega first.
Put this together. Have Jinder Mahal on Rick and Morty. There you go.
You're just gonna make Briss love that show more.
And fuck Kenny Omega for starting shit with Chris Jericho, even though we're all getting worked. But I feel the need to say it. And fuck the Young Bucks. We're out of here.